Hi beautiful, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm showing you my ultimate fresh glowing makeup routine for this spring. It's lightweight, it's radiant, and it's going to make your skin look absolutely flawless. The secret to a beautiful spring glow isn't actually in a highlighter, it's skin prep. I'm starting with the Makeup Forever primer, and the best part is that it has SPF. Sun protection is an absolute must, especially as the days are getting longer and sunnier. You really want to massage this into the skin to wake up the face and get that blood flowing. Look at that natural radiance and protection all in one step. For this spring, I'm leaving those heavy, full coverage matte foundations behind. Instead, I'm reaching for my absolute favorite foundation of all time, the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation. But the real secret to getting that flawless, glass-like finish is actually in the application. I'm pumping the foundation onto this metal palette first. Then I'm taking my brush and really working it onto the palette to ensure every single bristle is evenly coated. It stops you from applying too much product at once and ensures you get that sheerest, most natural looking layer possible, which will never look heavy in a bright spring daylight. Notice how I'm pressing the product in rather than dragging it around. This creates a true second skin effect, allowing your own natural skin texture to shine through. Now for concealer. You might think for a fresh spring look we need a sheer concealer, but I actually prefer the exact opposite. I'm using the Makeup Forever HD Full Cover Concealer in the shade 1 and 10. It's very high coverage, but here is my pro tip. The trick is to use a very tiny amount. By using just a micro dot of a full coverage concealer, you get all the brightness and correction you need without building a thick layers of a product. A thick layer of a lightweight concealer will almost always crease into the fine lines throughout the day. But this stays smooth, looks like skin, and covers everything perfectly. Just spot conceal right under the eyes and around the nose. Moving on to the brows. For this fresh look, we want them to look very natural and feathered. I'm just taking a brow pencil and filling in any empty areas with a light hair-like strokes. We're definitely skipping the heavy blocky brows today. It's all about keeping it soft and effortless. And to lock everything in place, I'm using a clear brow gel. I like to brush the hairs upwards to give them that lifted, fluffy effect. It frames the face beautifully and stays in the place all day long without looking like you have too much product on. To bring some warmth and life back to the face after winter, cream bronzer is your absolute best friend. I'm using a soft, warm-toned brown, and the key is to look for a creamy, blendable formula that just melts into the skin. I'm using a fluffy but angled brush to really sculpt my face. I'm tapping this slightly higher on my cheekbones than I usually do for a contouring, more on the high points where the sun would naturally hit you. This gives a beautiful, lifted and healthy effect to the face. The goal is not a sharp contour, but a soft, radiant warmth that looks incredibly natural even in a daylight. Make sure to blend it seamlessly up into the hairline and avoid any harsh lines. And look at that instant difference. Now for the true star of the show, blush. Nothing says fresh spring morning like a gorgeous cheeks of color. I'm choosing a liquid blush in the vibrant mauve pink shade. A little goes a very long way, so I am just taking a few tiny dots. I prefer using my fingers for this step as the warmth of my hand helps the cream blush merge perfectly. Tap it onto the apples of your cheeks and blend it upwards and slightly backwards towards your bronzer. This merging is what creates that stunning, healthy glow. And my favorite little trick is to take the tiniest bit across the bridge of the nose for that super cute, natural sun-kissed look. Before we move to the final glow, here is a pro tip when working with the cream products. You want to look radiant and glowing, but not greasy. I'm taking a very small amount of finely milled powder on a brush, and I'm only setting my T-zone right under the eyes and around the sides of the nose and the center of my forehead. We're leaving the cheeks completely powder-free to preserve that beautiful dewy finish from the foundation and cream blush. Now for the actual highlighter. For a fresh spring look, put away all the chunky glittery powders. A liquid highlighter gives you that realistic glass skin wet look effect. I'm gently tapping this right onto the highest points of my cheekbones, melting it seamlessly into the blush. I also love placing a tiny dot on the inner corners of my eyes to instantly make me look more awake. Moving on to the eyes, we're keeping it completely effortless and cohesive. I'm actually taking a fluffy eyeshadow brush and using the exact same bronzer that we used on the face. I'm just putting this softly throughout the crease and slightly under the lower lash line. Doing this ties the whole makeup look together in seconds. It adds the perfect amount of depth to the eyes without looking like you're wearing a heavy eyeshadow. To finish the eyes, give your lashes a good curl and go in with your favorite mascara. If you want a softer, more romantic spring daytime look, a brown mascara is incredibly flattering and less harsh than black. But today I'm focusing on really lengthening and separating the lashes to open up the eyes as much as possible, and I'm using black mascara. To finish off the spring look, we need a juicy, hydrated lip. I'm starting with a lip liner that is very close to my natural lip color. This creates a beautifully pouty shape without looking overdone. Then we're skipping drying matte lipsticks entirely. Instead, I'm going straight in with a nourishing lip oil. This adds the most beautiful glass-like shine that perfectly complements our glowing skin. Plus, it feels incredibly comfortable and keeps your lips hydrated all day long. And here is the completed Spring Glow makeup for this year. It feels completely weightless, looks so incredibly fresh, and really lets your natural skin shine through while still looking polished and put together. I would love to hear from you what is your absolute must-have makeup product for the spring season. Let me know down in the comments. Thank you so much for getting ready with me today, and keep shining and keep glowing.